Welcome to the Aligned Soul Entertainment Podcast, where you get to be human and quantum leap. I'm your host and transformational mentor, Christine Michelle. Let's talk manifestation, magic, and all things entertaining, because life was meant to be fun. So let's go have some. Hello. This podcast is sponsored by my free, amazing Facebook group called The Aligned Soul Collective. It is filled with high vibe women and some dudes who are all about high vibes, soul, dough, and flow. Find out more in the show notes and join us today. Bye. Hello. This is Christine Michelle, and I am so happy to be here recording this fun podcast for you. The idea for this podcast comes from my own experience with my current launch and from the beautiful owner and founder of Frassai. You guys go follow at Frassai. It's Frassai. It is a niche perfume. They have the most beautiful perfumes and candles and just all kinds of things. And I have been actually using some of these scents to like anchor in certain feelings, and I'm testing this method. It's been working really, really well to use those scents to anchor in the feelings that I desire, the feelings of me being that person. And when I say the scents are fabulous, that is a complete understatement. I just love it. But the topic today is all about trusting the process when things don't go the way you hope they do, right? Which happens to all of us. It's something that we all experience. And I will give you an example of my launch. I will also give you an example of like a relationship example that two of my clients have experienced recently. And I will give you like a weight loss example, just something so you can use these concepts in different ways and you can kind of like grasp it in different ways. So, trusting the process, right? When things don't go the way you hope. So for me, recently, you guys know, if you've been listening to this podcast, I have been talking about Quantum Manifesting Academy. It was something that is completely inspired. I had about a 3-week launch. It was something that just was coming from my soul. I could feel it. I had people jump in immediately, right? And normally with internet marketing or any online business, like when you are in a launch process, you'll have a lot of sales in the beginning, and then most of the sales will come in the very, very last week. And so I get to my last week, I'm raring to go. And for me, a lot of my sales had previously come from Facebook. And so I have a Facebook group, the Aligned Soul Collective, and then I have my, business profile, personal profile, all of that stuff. And there's like a ton of people, and I post my videos and, podcast excerpts. It's just a fabulous time. But guess what? While I was standing in it, being that person now, I went to my future self. I saw where my launch could go. Guess what happened? I went to Facebook jail. Facebook put me in jail. I could not post. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't like any comments. I couldn't post. All I could do was change my header, and I could, what else? No, I think that's it. There's not much else I could do. And so I felt so constricted. I felt like, what the heck? What is happening? This is where, my sales are coming. This is the last week. This is going to kill me. I spent hours trying to find someone to talk to on Facebook. I spent all kinds of, energy trying to figure all of this out, like sending help tickets and complaining. And I was just in the energy of, this effed up my launch. This effed up my launch. This is not what I've been standing for. This is not I was my future self. I saw it. What is going on, right? So I spent days. Guys, we're all learning. I spent days freaked out about this whole Facebook situation. Days when I could have been just emailing my list every day. Like, I could have figured out some other ways to do it. I still posted on Instagram, but it wasn't with the same energy. I felt defeated. And so I did not trust the process. I just felt completely defeated. And so I got to the point where I was just like, you know what? Let me go back, because I know everything is working for me. This is working for me, and it's working for the benefit of those involved. This is working for me and for the benefit of those involved. And so what I found myself doing was I started to ask the questions. How is this working out for me? What can make this even amazing? If I can't reach anyone else, how can I make this experience even more special and more impactful for the people that did sign up, for the people that took the immediate action, for the people that followed their soul and chose to work with me? And so what I did was I shifted it, and I decided that, okay, this QMA will get to be a one-to-one experience, right? It's 6 weeks long. And what I'll do is I'll give the people that jumped in one-to-one access to me for the 6 weeks, And so I not only get to still create content that gets to be used in a later round for QMA when I'm not in Facebook jail, or in a later round in QMA, or get to use in a different capacity, right? And I get to have this one-to-one relationship that I can build with these women that jumped in, that were ready, that were excited to hear from me. And so in a way, everything did work out. It worked out in my favor, because I'm going to be able to create amazing relationships, and I'm going to get the probably most impactful, amazing testimonials about this process and how to quantum shift your reality from these women that I'm working so closely with. And it also worked for those involved, right? They were not thinking that they could get one-to-one coaching, right? One-to-one coaching with me cost several $1,000s a month, right? And if you commit to a year, you're paying at least $1,500, maybe $1,800 or more a month, because my prices raise every day, every month. So not only have these women gotten more for what they bought because they stepped up, but they're going to experience greater shifts. They're going to get access to me and my energy, and then I get to help them specifically with their exact topic. And so I shifted the energy, because I was like, this has to be working out for me. This has to be working out in my favor. And me and Facebook, maybe I just shift most of my energy to Instagram. Maybe I just shift all of my energy to Pinterest and Instagram. And maybe I barely go to Facebook other than to go to my group. Maybe there's a different way that I choose to do business. So I just opened myself up to the different ways of thinking. So before I give you, I think it's about 5 steps. Yes, 5 steps for how to trust the process, right? Even though things didn't work out the way you thought they would. But before I get into those 5 steps, I want to give another example. Let's say it's a new relationship, or you're just starting to date, or you just met this person. And so you've been stepping in it. You've been standing in it. You're like, yes, this is what I deserve. This is the me who's in this relationship. Yes, this is how life gets to work for me. and you're stepping into it and you're starting to meet these amazing people. And so you finally have a connection with this one person who seems to be almost all of what you asked for. And you're hanging out, you're enjoying it, and the life is good. And then this person disappears. Or maybe you find out that this person is married, right? In that situation, there's so many ways that you can look at it in a positive, really seeing that everything is working out in your favor. Because one, how many of these amazing rich men did you meet over the last 5 years? I venture to say probably less, probably none, right? And how many men have you met that match this criteria, right? You can see it all as signs of alignment. Wow, this is showing me that I'm aligned with receiving amazing men in my life. I'm aligned with getting to know really good men who adore me, who give me the attention that I want. And this wasn't the one, but I know he's coming. I know he's unfolding. I know that I'm aligned with receiving someone in that energy, right? And you could use this situation to get more clear. I'd like somebody who is, emotionally and physically available, right? Somebody who is, emotionally available, spiritually available, physically available, like somebody who isn't married, who is, ready to be in a relationship, like somebody who is, aligned with how I want to interact, right? If I like to hang out a lot, this person's aligned with that. If I like to have my own space, this person would be aligned with that, right? It just helps you to get even more clear about what you desire. And so I'll give you another example. It could be a weight loss example. Let's say that you really are just doing all the work. You're eating the right food. You're doing the things. You're feeling good. And you just can't imagine why you haven't lost a single pound, right? Well, don't worry about that. Focus on how you feel, that you're feeling better in your body. Focus on the fact that you've taken the steps and you're doing what your soul is leading you to do and that you're enjoying it every bit of the way. Get your mind off the scale or off the inches and really focus on how you're feeling in your body, feeling sexier, feeling lighter, feeling happier, happy that you're taking those steps, right? Trust that you're doing everything and that it's all leading you into the right direction, because there's no way for you to go backwards. You are always going forward. You are always spiraling up. Every single action that you take, even if you feel down, you can shift that and you will end up rising higher and higher, because the energy is rising, the energy is moving faster, and we are all raising the vibration of the planet. So you are on the ride and you are rising higher regardless of what's going on. So let me take you into the 5 steps. So let's say you were trusting the process, you're trying to trust the process, but things aren't unfolding the way you want them to. Step 1 is feel how you feel. Love yourself. Be easy with yourself. But just stop. Become aware of how you are feeling. And then number 2, become aware of what's coming up. When that relationship didn't work out, what did it make you think? Oh, this always happens. Men suck. Yeah, of course he's married. Dirty little whatever. Or for me, my launches never work. Launches suck. I hate launches. Facebook is a mess. I hate the algorithm. Facebook sucks, right? What came up? What thoughts and beliefs came up? What was immediate to pop out of my field, right? When all of that came up. With the weight loss, weight loss is so hard. This will never work. What? It takes so long. Whatever thoughts are coming, congratulations. Now you are aware of things that were previously unconscious. Now you're aware of what's really going on behind your vibration. What thoughts and beliefs are there that's in that 60,000 thoughts that you have no clue what you're thinking or what's on autopilot. All of that now is becoming aware because of this thing that didn't work out. So then step 3, you get to clear them. You get to do the shadow work. You get to do the EFT, right? You get to tap into your heart connection. You get to journal. You get to shift these things. You get to integrate whatever shadows come up. And if you have questions about how to do that, check out episode 15 for the shadow work and episode 13 for the EFT so that you can, move through this stuff. Because after you move through it, number 4 is to go back to trusting. Go back to knowing that everything is working out for you, because it is. It is. And even look for the things that, okay, this happened in my favor because, well, maybe this dude is a jerk and he's not the one, right? Or maybe this worked out in my favor because it just showed me that I'm on the track. I'm attracting men that have more and more and more of the qualities that I desire. And I don't have to look at one specific one as being the one. I need to just allow and have fun and receive and say, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Instead of going to locking somebody down just because they talked to me once or twice, or just because I really like them. Right? And for me, for the launch, it was like, oh, maybe this is good. Maybe this QMA wasn't where I really needed it to be, because second round will be way more amazing. It'll be right on time and I'll easily attract those people to me. But for now, I get to work closely with this set of women, and I get to work so closely that they get to get the massive, amazing results using this process like my clients, my private clients do. And then number 5, keep it moving. Keep moving forward. Stop looking back. Keep moving forward, because you can never, ever go down. Keep moving forward. Know that this contrast helped you get clearer. The triggers helped you know what gets to heal and what you needed to create space from. And now that you know even more what you want. You know even more how you want to feel. So get back at it. One of the coaches that I absolutely love, her name is Amanda Francis. If you guys haven't listened to Amanda Francis, she's freaking amazing. Her podcast is called And She Rises. It's really called And She Rises the fuck up, but it's And She Rises. And Amanda always says, it's not faith until it looks like it's not going to happen, right? You can't be like, oh, I believe on day 1. And then it's day 12, right? The day when everything's due and you're like, it's not happening. You're not having faith, right? So it's not faith until you feel like it ain't going to happen. So just continue just to get back at it. Have that faith of a mustard seed. I did a video on this and Instagram TV. Have the faith as tiny of a mustard seed, right? With faith that tiny, you can move a mountain. Know that everything is working in your favor. And trust that everything is working out for you. Trust that everything goes in your favor. And trust that it's working out for you and everyone involved for your best and highest. And just start to see the ways where that is happening. That is already possible. All right. So a repeat of the steps. Step 1, feel how you feel. Love yourself. Be easy with yourself. Step 2, look at what's coming up. Look at those triggers. Look at those beliefs. Look at whatever you were previously unaware of. And then step 3, shift those things, clear those things, integrate those shadows. And step 4, go back to trust. Know that everything is working for you. And then step 5, keep it moving. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. There is no back. Stop looking back. Say, yep, that was interesting. But guess what? I am attracting rich men, amazing men now. And now I know I don't want them to be married. Now I know I don't want them to be unavailable. Now I know I want this. I like this. This has gotten me so much clearer. Thank you so much. Now I can still move forward because I know, I trust, I know, I asked, I know it's done. I trust the process. So how do you trust the process when things aren't going the way you hoped for? You just choose to trust the process. You choose to stand in faith. You choose to believe that it is done. You choose to know that everything is working out for you. So this thing that didn't work out the way you hoped for must be amazing, right? That guy that I didn't get that I really wanted to date, guess what? That worked out for me. in my best and highest, because I get to experience life the way I want to experience it. And it wouldn't be going that way if I ended up with him. You may not find out the reasons why it's working out for you in best and highest in your favor. You could even make up some reasons in your mind that make you feel better. But whatever it is, trust that it is working out for you. Choose to have trust. So there are some journal questions that I want you to work through. It's kind of questions and statements. There are 4. All right, so the first one, I know that you're going to make a statement. I know that everything is working for me. Now that I have shifted and integrated, in what ways did this situation help me move forward? And examples of that would be like in the dating situation. Wow, I'm now attracting men that have all of these certain qualities. And this is exactly what was on my list. Wow, this is what I'm aligning with. Isn't this cool? Or in my launch Facebook jail situation, it could be, wow, now I get to work even closely with these women. And I get to help them shift and transform and rise higher. Yes, and round 2 of QMA gets to be the bomb, because not only would I have had this impactful round 1, I also have, more information and more testimonials and more things to even show the power of the 6-step process. Right? And in the weight loss example, it could be, wow, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling sexier. I know I'm taking these steps. I choose to trust the process. Okay. And then number 2, journal prompt 2. Now that I've experienced this, what do I know even more about what I desired? Right? Because you experience some contrast. You know what doesn't feel so good. So what did you put? What did you get clearer on? In the relationship example, to be, I love him being wealthy. I love entrepreneurs. I love people that know what they're talking about. I love having those business related conversations. Didn't realize I'd like a man who's in this entrepreneur world. This is cool. Oh, and I know that I would love him to be single and available. Because maybe that's not on your list. Maybe you assumed it, but you can't assume. All right. And then journal prompt number 3. How do I think that having this will make me feel? Right? We're getting you back to the feelings, You've now upgraded your request, right? You've upgraded the relationship that you like. You up leveled. So now how do you think this is going to make you feel? And tap into the energy of feeling it and receiving it and being it now. And then number 4, what do I choose going forward? How do I choose to be going forward? Right? How are you choosing to be going forward after this? Because you can sit and wallow and not trust the universe. You can sit and say, he's married. I'm going to be 95 before the next guy comes. Or you could also say, this didn't work. It doesn't work again, right? You're focusing on the negative. You're going to bring more negative. And guess what? You are going to be 95 before the next guy comes. Or you're never going to have a good lunch. Or you're going to stay in Facebook jail. Your next launches are going to suck because you're going to still be in Facebook jail. No, let all that go. How do you choose to be going forward? You choose to be in the knowing that everything is working out for you. You choose to be in the knowing that, wow, I'm aligned with freaking awesome men. And now I get to be aligned with freaking awesome single men, right? I get to be in the energy of, wow, I get to impact these people so closely. And wow, the next QMA round 2 launch gets to be amazing. If we circle back to when I was talking about Amanda Frances, if she stopped, she has this course, it's called Money Mentality Makeover, that generated over $1 million this round, right? But when she first launched it, I believe she only had like 4 people in it. Might have been 2 and then it grew to 4, whatever it was. If she stopped, if she was like, oh my God, it only has 4 people, I'm giving up. Do you know where she would be? She wouldn't be generating the multi-million dollars that she's been, doing in her business right now. She wouldn't have this multi-million dollar course that's helping to change thousands and thousands of people's lives. She wouldn't be making the impact that she's making right now. And so she chose to trust the process. She chose to trust guidance. She chose to keep moving forward. Because from 4, it goes up to, 10. And then from 10, it gets to go to, 50. And then 50, it gets to be 100 or 200 or 400 or 1,000. Whatever the case is, she trusts the process. And so don't let what happened, right? This temporary, singular situation, the married guy or the relationship guy who ghosted you, or, not losing, a pound today, or Facebook putting you in jail for 5 days to stop you, right? Well, monkey don't stop no show. Facebook don't stop my show. No, I keep going. No monkey doesn't stop no show. Facebook doesn't stop my show. I keep going. And so remember that. Remember that this is how it gets to work for you. Everything gets to work for you and in your favor. Everything gets to work in your highest good. And it gets to be real good for you. And trust and know that every step that you take is taking you in the direction that you desire to go. Everything is continuing to move you forward. All right. So thanks again to Frassai for this topic, for inspiring this topic. Thanks again, Facebook Jail, for inspiring this topic, and all of my other clients that are having those relationship things and the weight loss things, for inspiring this amazing topic. If you have a topic that you would like me to talk about, definitely hit me up on Instagram or Instagram story. Tag me at The Aligned Soul and tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what your question is, because I would love to do a podcast for you, shout you out, and get you your specific answer. So on that note, I know this helped you. Absolutely trust the process. When you think, wow, this isn't working out for you, go back to think about Amanda Francis and the 4 people in her course, and now think about the thousands of people that have taken her course and how she made $1 million in 2019 in her one launch, just for that course that only had 4 people in the beginning. Every time you think that you were like, what's going on, go back to what's going right. Ask those empowering questions that I talked about in podcast 26. Ask those empowering questions and you will see your life change. So on that note, hugs, kisses, and all of the feels. Remember to be her now and take that aligned soul action today. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Aligned Soul podcast. And if you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed recording it for you, please leave a 5-star review. It will help get this podcast out to even more people, and I get to have more fun with you. Also, come join the Aligned Soul Collective, which is my free Facebook group that is growing with a whole bunch of women that love to talk about entertainment, the manifesting, quantum shifting, and all of the things. And remember, never forget to just be her now and take a